TikTok dance creators are currently on strike after becoming fed up with a cycle that's been happening for a long time now. So a song comes out, these creatives make dances to that song. Other users on TikTok start doing those dances, including white teenage girls who have followers that are much, much higher, right, than those original creators. And the dance goes viral without any acknowledgement or credit being given to the original creators. Case in point, last year, Charli D'Amelio went viral and gained millions and millions of followers after doing the dance to a song called Renegade. The song is actually called Lottery. It was created by an Atlanta rapper, but the TikTok world knows it as Renegade. Now, D'Amelio didn't give any acknowledgement to the original creator, who is Jaliyah Harmon, until after she gained those millions of followers. New York Times eventually profiled Jaliyah Harmon as well. Thanks, New York Times. But that's not it, right? During the 2020 NBA All-Star Game, D'Amelio actually got to dance in front of the world, doing a dance called, or known as Out West. But the original creator of that dance, her name is Nicole Bloomgarden, and the world doesn't know her name, right? Nicole sat there at home watching the game with her mouth open, and she said she doesn't feel like she should have necessarily been on the court doing the dance, right? But it does hurt that the world doesn't know her name, because she's been working really, really hard to create new dances. She wants to be a renowned dancer. She wants to be taken seriously, etc., right? And she feels that moments like these push her farther away from her dreams. But that wasn't the beginning of this stuff, right? I mean, let's go all the way back to 2018, when Epic Games was sued for stealing dance moves from Black artists and animating them for their characters on their game Fortnite. Yes, in 2018. Now, fast forward to 2021, right? So it's the night before Juneteenth, right? It's the evening before Juneteenth, and Eric Lewis is fed up, right? So he posts this video to Megan Thee Stallion's latest single, and he says, "Made a new dance to this song." And as the video continues to play, Eric holds up both of his middle fingers and says, "This app would be nothing without Black people." It seems that this is really taking fire, because today there are only 37,000 videos associated with Megan Thee Stallion's latest single. That's compared to 22 million for her song Savage, 2.5 million for her song Captain Hook, and 1 million for her song Crybaby. I think this is working, and what I can say is keep this same energy. Progress does not happen organically. It does take sacrifice. It takes protesting. It takes blood, sweat, and tears. And I'll be sure saying your names. You better believe it. Money line, I'ma run it every time. Give me mine. Good Negro! Hello. Welcome on the About Them Band segment. Man, I am so honored that you are on the show today. It's all about Black creatives, and I think that you are the absolute perfect person to interview for this segment. So thank you so much for dropping gems for the people. You ready to dive in?
I am. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Let's see what gems I can give.
Oh, you got the gems, sis. You got all the gems. So first, I was studying your rise recently and came across a post dated January 20th, 2020 that read, "My life has changed so dramatically within a year." That post had 213 likes, and a year and a half later, I can imagine that your life has once again changed very dramatically, with your post likes now averaging over 10,000 per post. Your IG follower base exceeds 170,000 followers now. So what do you attribute your lightning speed growth to?
Consistency, my YouTube following, and Facebook, and just being a content creator. So yeah, but mostly just being consistent on the social media platforms. Eventually, the more you're consistent, the more you're growing a following on different platforms. Usually it trickles down to Instagram, etc.
Yep, it's consistent. So that's like posting like all the time, every day?
Not every day. So like for me, what I do is when I create content, I set goals, right? And my minimum goals, I'm talking about, I don't give a damn if I post 3 times a week on YouTube. I don't care if it's Thursday at 11:57.
Yeah.
Okay, getting ready to turn into Friday.
Yep.
I am going to post my video. I don't care how late, because I notice as soon as you know, kind of deter from your goal, like just one little small inch, like I posted tomorrow, you now put that in your mindset, you'll do it again. So as long as you have, no matter what, I'm going, the bare minimum is this goal. Now I can post more than that, but I will never ever go under my bare minimum. Once I start sticking to my goals and my consistency, everything else just shot up.
That's fire. When I talked to Mani, she said the same thing about you. Like that's one of the things that inspired her the most about you, that you were absolutely consistent and you did not care if you were in love with the content or not. Like you were gonna post for that day when you said you were gonna post. So
I don't reshoot.
Yeah,
money gonna reshoot. Money, well, not the new money. Now the old money will reshoot a video 5 different times.
Yeah,
I don't reshoot.
That's fire. That's fire, Kanika. So speaking of YouTube, you have over 1.1 million followers on YouTube, and that's an influencer's dream, right? What are the best ways for creatives to monetize such an audience of that size, and what kind of lifestyle can they secure by doing so?
Okay. Like I said, the show called about them bands. Yeah. The lifestyle, we're just gonna talk about the lifestyle. The lifestyle, definitely. I would have never imagined making that much money off YouTube and creating content. I'm talking about, never would I have ever imagined this now. Now, how you secure this? One is being original. When I first started YouTube, my very first YouTube, I was trying to do hair tutorials, natural hair, right? And I'll get on there, and my voice, I wouldn't talk like how I talk. I tried to take away my countryness, right? So I go, hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to do natural hair. My hair is so not me, right? I'm a personality, don't show who I am.
Right.
So at one point, once I start understanding, it's almost like deprogramming. Whenever you become a content creator, you have to deprogram from what is, like, what are your insecurities, or what do you think is accepted, or what do you think people want to see, versus you have to create for what you want to see and what you like, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things I started learning as I started creating and collabing with other people is, the more I stopped caring what other people thought about me, the more my subscribers went up, my video views went up. It would be times like I did a series, I had my wig braids on. That was my biggest series. I'm talking about wig braids on, no makeup, baggy clothes, nothing sexy. And it was the biggest thing that I was involved in. Yep. So that told me, like, hey, they love your accent too. They love, like, every time they're like, where's she from? She gotta be from the country. They love your accent. They love when you can be yourself, because it gives you more genuine, right? So that's one piece. Yeah. So if I tell anybody who want to start creating content or be on YouTube, is be original and be true to yourself, right? Don't try to copy or mimic. You can study now, because I study other content creators. I study them, but I don't copy them or mimic them. I don't let comments dictate my content. No. Y'all, the comments gonna happen because of the content that I create, but you're not gonna dictate my comment. Now, this was not always that way. In the beginning, it'd be, so we would, in the beginning when we first started, we'll go, okay, well, maybe we get a girl that's pretty, and then, you know, we may make it a little dope, a little bit, so they see a little shoulder.
Yeah.
You start, so now you're conforming now to the comments and to the subscribers, and not being true to what you like to create, right? So this is me over time breaking that and getting more and more true to myself. Now, with that element, the second element is consistency. Consistency is either once a month, twice a month, 3 times a month, 4 times, whatever your goal is, that's consistency. So you stick with one goal, and then you go and you kind of keep increasing it. So consistency and being true to myself is truly what gained me the the I guess the success, and also everything that I have ever written down. I said I'm going to have 1 million subs by the end of, it's supposed to be the end of this year actually.
Wow.
But it happened beforehand, right?
That's fire.
I said I was going to quit my job. I put a date. I actually put, it was supposed to be September. It was supposed to be September 2nd of 2020, but I quit in March of 2020, right? But everything that I have said or written or talk about, it's manifested. You know what I'm saying? It has went to pass, because it's like when you speak positive and you start creating a positive mindset, the action follow. If you talk negative on yourself, you are basically planting it in your head. So it's gonna be hard for your body to get up and work hard. It's gonna be hard for your body to work that job and also get up when you get off. Because I worked night shift, right? It's gonna be hard to get off from working at midnight to 8 a.m. to come in, don't go to sleep yet, edit a video or film a video, then come edit and go back to work and not get no sleep. Once you tell yourself, oh, I can't do this, but you tell yourself, this is what I'm gonna do, your mind now saying, okay, it's gonna give you that strength. Your body is powerful, your mind is powerful. Man. So if just to summarize, it's your mind is so god dang important to get right. So it's basically your mind being true to yourself, speaking positive to yourself, having goals, staying consistent, sticking to it, being determined, persevering. Then it's that consistency part. That's the action. So, you have two elements. You have mental, and then you have the other action that follows that. You can't just say, oh yeah, I'm going to post 3 times a day when you don't do it. You can't do that. Or you can't say, this week I'm gonna post 3 times a day and now I'm consistent this week, but then next week I'm not. Yep. And I went through that phase of doing that. And as you see, your money gonna fluctuate, your subscribers gonna fluctuate. But as long as you stay here, I'm talking about even just consistent, it's almost like it start making you go here, right? So yeah, that would be my advice to anybody creating content. And the other thing too is outside opinions, man. If you true to yourself, I promise you, it's some people who you value, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you think it's cool, if you like it, if you love it, it don't matter. It's so many people when I first started, because I'm from Alabama, you tell me you're gonna be a YouTuber, and I'm coming from being a clinical scientist, I'm gonna quit my job. What? Yeah, Steve. You make 6 figures a year, you gonna quit that? It sounds crazy to them. Right. So they're saying, what is she gonna move to LA? She got lost herself and all these kind of things, right? Now I can come back and say them same people, how do you create? How do you edit? Oh, what do I do on my channel? So it's almost like, now say if I listen to those people, I wouldn't be where I am, right? So it's almost like outside influences. Do not let them influence you on what you want to do. If you want to do it. Because outside people, and their intentions is not that, it's just a lot of people are so programmed. They feel like you have to work for somebody. They feel that way. They feel like, oh, I can give 8 hours. You're valuable. That's why they gonna give you 8 hours, and they gonna make sure you work 8 hours. Want to know why? So that you'll be tired as hell. So you ain't able to go run their business.
Do anything else?
Right. They're gonna tell you to go to school to teach you to work for somebody else. But when did they ever teach us stocks in school? Did they teach us stocks? Did they teach us how to do our taxes? Did they teach us anything about being an entrepreneur? No, they taught us how to work for other people. When I got degrees, our degrees is how to work for other people. So it's all about deprogramming your mind to saying, shoot, with what I make, it's so many ways out here to get money. I would be okay. I'm telling you. I don't think if I ever go, now granted I got my degree still, I can always go back and work, but I don't see it ever happening. I know I can hustle up something. I know I can probably sell some t-shirts if I wanted to. I can sell some goddamn tires before I go back and clock in for a job. So, it's the other thing is just like truly not letting outside influences penetrate your mind, because like I said, that mind is powerful. Outside opinions, however you want to do it, just like you speak with like-minded people. Like, for example, me and Money got to link together. We like-minded. Our goal is we're going to quit our job, because we was the only ones working at the time. We in LA. We gotta leave. Y'all, you know it's 2:00. I gotta
You ready to go? Like, how they still here on a Wednesday?
Yeah, y'all ain't got no job. Okay, well, you know I do, so I'm gonna catch y'all later because I'm gonna be sleeping. I'm already tired.
Yeah.
So, you know, but that was our goal. So we start creating together and we just start, you know, hey, I'm gonna help you, you help me. We filming each other videos.
Right.
You know, I never did none of this before coming here. I was literally in the lab having to link with some people. I actually met Money 2 weeks when we moving to Alabama.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of stuff too, I feel is definitely divine too. It's just like when your mind is, you gonna meet certain people, but if your mind is open to them people, if it's not open, you're gonna miss some opportunities, right? But if your mind is not open, like if I would have said, no, I don't act, I ain't gonna do no video, that's lying, or whatever, however my Alabama mindset would have been and I've been open, I would miss opportunity, right?
Yeah.
So the second thing is just be careful of the company you keep, because some people just are naturally negative, and it's just because they deprogrammed. It ain't nothing personal towards you. It's more so that's just their way of thinking. So yeah, all those people I explain on a single person.
You are dropping so many gems. Like I'm telling you, like as much as I excel in corporate, right, and doing what they told me I was supposed to do, right, and I went into entrepreneurship, most people just like, are you sure? Why would you do this? And like, you know what I mean? Like there were the amen corners were so few and far in between. This conversation right here, like I wish I had known what I know now going into it.
Right. I've been quick.
It is so hard to stand, you know, 10 toes down in what you believe in, even though you don't have a full plan about how it's gonna happen, but you believe in yourself.
Exactly.
And it's gonna work. So you are dropping gems for so many people, man, because I didn't know these things when I started. Now, granted, I'm happy I still went forward, right? And things are beautiful, you know, and you inspired me, right? Because y'all can mirror on the humble, but like Shawty is good, right? Like Shawty is good. Like that was peanuts what she was making before compared to what she's doing today. So I thank you for encouraging me, right, about just staying consistent and keep going. Because in a year, like your post said a year and a half ago, right? Like in a year, who knows? In a year after that,
who knows? And it should change every year. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like each year, honestly, you know, I always look at the 5-year mark. You know, they always say your life should change drastically in 5 years. And you should be able to say, what do you see yourself in 5 years? If you can't answer that question, then where you say, where your goals at, what you said. You know what I'm saying? What you believe in, where you trying to be at. You should be able to answer where you're going to be at in 5 years. That's how you separate people who are going to be millionaires and successful from the ones who don't. If I knock on in the majority of people doors, which it was one of these books I was reading, you knock on the majority of people doors and you ask them where you see yourself in 5 years, the majority of people can't answer that question. And it's like, that's a very important question that you need to answer.
Next question, from a financial perspective, I understand the importance of making smart business investments that ramp your capabilities. Meaning I have a background, right, in finance, because that's what gives you return on investment, right? ROI, right? So what were some of the smartest investments that you made in your business and why?
Okay. So so right now I manage a lot of little kids and they just want to hold on to the money. You know what I'm saying? And this may be from a biblical stance, but it's still true. I don't remember the story, but you know, y'all forgive me. All I know is God gave 3 people some gifts. Okay.
Thank God.
He gave them all the same gift. I don't know the 3 people name. I don't remember. I don't know if somebody buried theirs, right? The other person went and made one other. And then the one person went and took that gift and made 10 more. Brought back. So it's almost like it's that. So you can't just hold on to your money. You got to invest in yourself. So the one thing I did every time, I invest in new equipment. That was the first thing. Start investing in new camera equipment, investing in now videographer, investing in the editor to help me go quicker and quicker. And then now once, you know, my money is stacked up, now we like, once you making money, man, so much shit you could do to make more money. Airbnb. Now we getting properties. Now we learning, that car. If it's a certain amount, I can write this whole thing off. It's not just about the depreciation. Let me get that. Let's get that. Yeah, we can for sure. We gotta get before we get to the government. Let's get to ourselves now.
That's right. That's right.
So it was more so those things. It was putting back into what's gonna help me grow.
That's right.
And I wasn't scared to spend on that. Now, did I spend? It's actually out of them 2 years, because I started doing YouTube 2 years ago. Out of them 2 years, I took one vacation, and I just took it in March. Right. So out of them 2 in March, that was my first vacation. We went 5 days, and it was like, okay, the third day, right? Okay. This was fun. Now what we doing now? Let's go. You know what I'm saying? But it's just I didn't buy material things. Like, I'm not big on designer in this. I will buy, dip and dab, but that's not my focus. I'm gonna spend will I spend bands on a camera? Yes, I would spend bands on a microphone that's good and quality sound, baby. I would spend some money on it. So it's almost like, what's your priorities? What's gonna help you make more money? What's gonna make your quality? Your product you selling? What's gonna enhance this product? Especially if you selling yourself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? What can you do to invest in yourself to make you better, to make you more money? Yeah. So that's that. And so now we doing a lot of extra stuff.
So much
over here.
So the final question I have, and it's the one I'm most curious about. If you could look back and tell 15-year-old Kanigra anything, what would it be?
Oh, 15-year-old me? Lord. Oh, gosh. That little girl was going through it at about 15. She was depressed over this little boy, and she didn't need to be at all. 15-year-old me, I would say, get to know yourself. Be true to yourself. Don't go looking for love. Love will find you. I would tell myself, invest in Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah.
I would tell myself, if I really go have that conversation, a couple stuff, you better invest in Bitcoin, go invest in Tesla. All the ones, the minimum, go invest in it. Okay, get you some Ethereum, or however you say it tonight. Go get all that. Well, it wasn't here yet. But hey, when it comes, go ahead. While it's 0.0001, go ahead and get that. Okay. I would tell myself, education. I would have because back then, growing, we were poor, so I feel like education is what was gonna be my only way out to helping my family and helping us grow, working, either being a doctor, a pharmacist, or a scientist, something to make some big bucks at that time. But it's like I tell myself is to relook at where the money is, restudy that, go back and restudy that, because it ain't just college degrees.
And they didn't teach us.
They didn't teach us that. And especially when you're a first generation college student, that's what your parents, they don't know. They think go to college, you're gonna be successful. And actually, when you go to college, you don't even have nobody to sit there and tell you about the majors. They don't tell you that a business administration major ain't gonna get you shit. They ain't gonna tell you that a chemistry degree ain't gonna get you shit.
Yep.
It's like you have to go into, now say if you went into nursing, okay, more than likely when you leave there, you get a job. You know what I'm saying? Versus chemistry, I had to get my master's in something else to even be able to use that damn degree. Yep. Right? So, I would just tell myself, look at other things outside of education. I knew how to do taxes with my daddy since I was like 12.
Oh, wow.
Start a tax company at this age. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have been telling myself to think more so about thinking about what people need versus education. Like, what could I sell? Yep. Because now school did teach me some things, I'm not gonna lie, and it did help me interact with some of the people who I know now that are creators too. We always talk about school like shit was just, I'm glad I met you. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I met you out of it.
Yeah.
So I did meet some really dope people, but I wouldn't have been so focused on that. And I would go and tell myself, because I used to really be depressed. Even when I came to LA, LA is one of them places that forces you into solitude, right?
Yeah.
So that you get to know yourself. You think, oh, I'm going to LA, I'm going to meet all these people, all these celebrities here. It's going to be just glam. Hell no, it's the most loneliest place ever. And it's because you have all this fake stuff. You have this fool's gold here. Right. And once you start seeing that all of it is not real and it's fake, then it's like, okay, why am I here? What am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't belong with these people. I don't fit in. This is not for me. And what it did was it made me sit back and learn who I was and what it was that I wanted in life. And now depression, how I look at it, because I will battle with it. Even as a little girl, little boy break my heart. Oh, I'm sad. Another boy break my heart. Oh, I'm depressed. I'm down. I don't want to go to school. I don't want to eat. I don't want to do nothing. And now me is, once you overcome that and you start seeing no matter what you get through, whatever it is you go through, you're going to get through it. You know what I'm saying? You got the mindset, you're going to get through it. So having that mindset, I don't really think I could go back into any kind of deep depression, because it'll be like, dang, that happened. All right, let me see what I'm learning from it. Because anything that I ever had got down about, I learned so much about me and so much from those situations that it's like they were needed. You know what I'm saying? So now adversity is almost welcome, because I learn from it, and I always grow bigger and stronger. Wow. So that little me who always felt so fragile and cared, and back then too, I cared so much what everybody thought about me. I'm talking about deeply. If I tell a girl, don't give a fuck. Fuck them people.
Say that.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And then that would have made me start learning me and what I liked and who I liked, and I wouldn't have accepted certain things because I know what I am. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's a lot. I think that I told myself that.
That's fine, Kanika. You are so powerful. I don't even know if you understand like how much gravity every other word you say holds. But thank you so much. Thank you for this time. I mean, it's from the bottom of my heart. I could cry. Like, you have stirred my soul. You have strengthened my resolve. I'm about to cry right now. And even down to the things you said about what they didn't teach us. You know, how we were conditioned to go into a whole bunch of debt, learn a whole bunch of stuff, and spend the rest of our life working to pay that debt off. And you can't do stuff like start your own business. You know, and I'm so happy that the few of us have gotten out of that rat race, right? And we are teaching other people. So I know so many people whose lives are going to be changed from hearing your story, right? And hearing your gems. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. You have touched me tremendously. And I'm so honored that you have touched the people that are going to watch this. So thank you so much.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. And thank you so much for creating that financial document for me, because it has definitely saved me time, saved me a heartache. It's just, I'm more organized, because when I ain't organized, I'm a freaking mess. Organization, it's almost like cleanliness. Like they say, cleanliness is the godliness. So that's in everything. Every little piece of thing that you have, whether it's your business, whether it's your documents, organization is gonna keep you clear. When you ain't organized, you can't focus. So yeah, I appreciate that.
No problem at all. Love you deep. Thank you so much, Kanika. For the record, your productivity is not a measure of your worth. I need you to feel that. It took me 30 years to understand that piece. I thought that me being as robotic as possible was proving that I was worthy of success, and I was worthy of being taken seriously, right? And that I was worthy of being a leader. And that's not the case. Rest in humanness, right? Do not feel guilty for needing to take time back. This including medical leave. Do not feeling guilty for needing to rest. That is your birthright, right? And do not feel like you need to be glued to a desk for 60 hours out of the week to be seen as successful, right? Your productivity is not a measure of your worth. Construct the life of your dreams. You only get one go around the track. Make it yours. Now, as I mentioned on my first episode, I'll mention it again here. For the Record is a tradition of my mental wellness lifestyle brand, Freedom and Fragility. We host a open mic every single month, and before any artist spit on the mic, they must say "For the Record" and talk their shit, right? It's a safe space for them to get their truths out. And those reps help them to move in the world differently, right? So I've gotten out my truth. I'll share a piece of artistry with you now. I'm gonna do Cranes in the Sky by Solange. I tried to drink it away. I tried to put one in the air. I tried to dance it away. I tried to change it with my hair. I ran my credit card below. Thought a new dress would make it better. I worked it away. I read it away. I sexed it away. Away. But it's like cranes in the sky. Sometimes I don't want to feel those metal clouds. Thank you. I hope you can join us at the next open mic. It's happening this month. Pull up, follow us on IG Live, on IG. That's Freedom in Fragility. Freedom in Fragility. I'll see you there.
Keep the same energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, just the 7 seas. I deal with life different, make that lemon squeeze. Went off for my style and identity. Better bounce back and get the
Okay, I am so happy about this segment. The world knows her as Mani Drea, and she really is famous now because we were on the streets of London. What was that? 2019, September 2019, and literally people on the street at 2 a.m. are walking up saying Mani Drea. I know her as Mani. She is my best friend. We've been friends since we were 4 years old. So fire. But it's my honor to feature her on this segment of Bomb Energy because Mani has heavy betting on me energy. So Mani, welcome to the show.
Yay! I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you so much for being here. And we're going to get right to it, right? Because what you've done is absolutely phenomenal. And you did it despite what anybody had to say, including your bestie, Casey Richardson. I'm so proud of you. So the first question I have for you is this. You made a decision to enter into acting and production by blazing your own trail, right? Despite my constant nagging for you to take the Ivy League education route that Issa Rae took out in Cali, or me saying that you should find, programs and all these things to go into, you didn't listen to me, and you've done so damn well, and I'm so happy that you did it your way. So can you tell the people how hard it was for you to double down on your own belief and do it the way that you wanted to, even when we didn't understand?
Well, I mean, I tried it other ways, you know what I mean? Like, I did listen to advice, but the puzzle piece just never fit with what I had going on internally. So, after the opportunity presented itself for me to be able to do this like full time, it was bet on yourself time. Yeah. So that's when I decided, look, if you fail at this point, it is your own fault because everything is pretty much laid out for you to be able to get it done.
High key. And you've done it, man. So today you have over 125,000 Instagram followers.
Ooh, over
650,000 TikTok followers. And over 190,000 YouTube subscribers. That is so huge. How did you?
Don't forget Facebook.
Oh, how many you got on Facebook, sis? Let the world know.
I think we bought at 400 on Facebook.
It's like 400K, y'all. Okay. You gotta keep me straight, sis. So how long did it take you to reach such high exposure, and what were some of your strategies for getting there?
Well, so we started. I started doing it by creating content for my own channel about like maybe a little over 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. And it was just like I needed to find that person to that wanted to film with me, like consistently that wanted to film with me. And I ended up meeting Kanigra on some crazy, like I was thinking I need to go out and find new girlfriends. She was thinking the same thing because she had just moved to LA, and we ended up meeting each other. And then I was just like, okay, I think this is her. Like, hey, you want to shoot some skits? And she was like, yeah, girl. And Kanigra drove from Huntington Beach to Northridge, which is an hour drive to my house to film with me, so we can like get this thing started. And literally that's been like my road dog, that like anytime I find out some new information, I share it. Anytime she found out some new information, she shared it. We both started, our YouTube channels at the same time. When we got hipped on the Facebook, like, oh, we could do stuff on Facebook too. Like, let's go. We moved over to Facebook around the same time. So I could say that she really had like a heavy influence on me being able to get to, because we were like, all right, now we got to work on this. Okay, we got to do this. We got to do that. So that just having that person there, or finding that person that I could really, go on this journey with, definitely helped me out a lot. Because I felt like, oh, I can't do it by myself. I need to have help or whatever. So that's who like really, really, really helped me. Not saying that if you or anybody else is in a position where they feel like they have to do it by yourself, it's very possible for you to also do it by yourself. Because there has been times where I done set that tripod up and I did skits all by myself. And it's just like sometimes you just got to get it done. But she definitely helped me a lot in my journey to like making it to where I am right now.
Nah, what you said was huge, right? Because first of all, like that kind of growth in 2 years is bananas, right? It's
right.
Huge, right? And you, like I say all the time, like 1 + 1 is not 2, it's 11, right? Because like combine, like the knowledge that you get combined with somebody else's knowledge, and y'all helping to it's exponential, right? So I think it's fire that you like tap into that very early, because a whole lot of entrepreneurs, right? Like, first of all, everybody think you're crazy in the beginning, right? So you don't have like they're gone, right? So somebody who do it by themselves for a long time, but it's dope to hear that was a big part of your climb, right? Your story. So kudos to both of y'all for coming together and doing that.
And I have to say,
I
have to say, the person who put me in my very first video, who even gave me my first exposure, was Alfonso. And I literally met Alfonso on some weird, like, it wasn't weird, but I was just like out one night and I was just like, you look familiar. He was like, you look familiar. I'm like, you have no idea who I am. Like, I literally just moved to LA. Like, you have no idea who I am. And we got like this, and then like, he started putting me in skits, and I'm like, I like this. Like, this is fun. And I got to see like him editing and stuff like that. And he would always tell me to work on my own content. But at that time, I was like, no, like, I don't think I can do it. Like, I don't feel like I can create this stuff on my own. Like, you're so good. You know what I mean? Like, basically me trying to compare myself to him, who's been doing it for years and years. Like, he's already built that creativity. It's like a process. But I didn't understand that at the time. But, I do now, but I didn't understand it at the time. But he's been like pushing me to do my own content and stuff. So it took me like 3 years, even after that, to start being like, okay, I'm about to go ahead and start doing it for myself.
Your tribe was fire though. Like that speaks volumes, man, because like so many of us, especially because we don't have like especially as millennials, right, who don't have like mama and daddy to pull on, like how did you start when you did this crazy thing, right? Like the fact that you had such a fire tribe on the other side of the country, right? Like very, very far away from home. I think personally that you had really good people around you, and like where you are phenomenal. Yeah, definitely. So another thing, we talked about this before, and just FYI to everybody, I wore a magical dress today. It's just for my I'm trying to pull out my best creative techniques for her, like the right?
And I wore a magical hat in here.
right. So when you enter the creative space of making comedic sketches, right, and skits, you were adamant about your production team respecting your image and not using overly sexualized shots of you, right? To get clickbait, right?
Right.
We talked about it a lot, right? Some guys will put, you know, or even girls for themselves, right? Put booties in the still, right?
Mm-hmm.
Clickbait, right? You were very, very, very adamant about like not doing it like that. But we also talked about how the algorithms, right? Like it works to kind of suppress Black female creators who aren't highly sexualized, right? You're just putting out good raw stuff, like your stuff is the same kind of views. So first I want to know, like, how hard was it for you to lay down the law, right? Like lay down your rules on how you wanted to be portrayed, right? When so many people you're working with wanted you to be, you know, sexy Monty that got the views in for your body and not your talent.
Right. So I feel like, first of all, that stuff makes me uncomfortable, for one. So, and I know that this is the internet, right? This is the day and age of the internet, and whatever I put out on the internet is going to be there forever. Now, I am, you know, I have my mom and my dad at home. You know what I mean? I have older brothers. I have an older brother. I have cousins. And you know what I'm saying? Like, that I didn't necessarily want them to see me on the internet, you know, showing my body off to get some views. Because I knew, you know what I'm saying, inside that I'm creative. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't take for me to, because even once you build your audience off of your body, that's what they're going to want to see until they don't want to see it no more. And then now you're trying to go and be like, oh, hey, I have brains too. And it's just like, you know, whatever. Because I've seen it happen so many times. So for me, it was just like, first of all, I have a very heavy church background. So all of that stuff, I was just always in the back of my mind, like, my mama not about to be calling to me, talking about, okay, man, she already called me by my mouth, but she, you know, calling me by my body was just like over the top. Like, okay, all right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I always felt like, look, I can make it without doing it, and it was good for me to have an example that was set ahead of me, which was Jasmine Love JP. She never, like, sis body is banging, you feel me, but she never used it to get to where she is, and she is doing like amazing, you know what I mean? So, and then even her too, being from South Carolina, it was just like, if she can do it, then I know I can do it too.
That's dope. That's real money. So to that point, because you have done it, right? You are on the other side of that thing, right? Where people know your name in London. How has your life changed as a result of betting on yourself?
Man, first of all, I don't work for nobody but me.
Hey, God.
And listen, let me tell you something. That's next level freedom. I knew from joining the military that I ain't want nobody to be my boss. I just had to figure out a way to get it done. So that's my biggest flex for me personally, is that I march at the beat of my own drum when it comes to me living life and doing what I want to do. If I want to take a vacation, I don't have to tell nobody, hey, I need a break, I need to take a vacation. If I need to sit down for a little bit, I don't have to get nothing to prove through nobody to be like, hey, I'm not gonna be able to work on your stuff because I don't feel like it. I really it's just really all up to me. But too, with that, it comes so much responsibility, because everything that you put into them companies, you got to put 110% more into yourself.
Say that.
But yeah, and then me being over here, like I love being in California, but I'm also very family oriented. So I'm very close with my family. We all like this. So me being over here, I would try to come home, but I'll only be able to stay home for a couple of days, and then I'll have to go back because I got to go to work and whatever. So it's opened up, you know, opportunity for me to spend more time with my family, spend more time with my nieces and nephews, because I create with them now. Like they're in my skits, creating their own YouTube channels and things of that nature. So even me being able to you know, start this path, I'm also allowing and opening up an opportunity for my family to create their own path in YouTube as well. So that's Yeah, that's been fun.
That's fire. I admire you so much, Monty. Please keep going. Please keep going. You got a whole army behind you, a global army, I'm sure. And thank you so much for honoring this show and gracing us with your presence. You are so
Of course.
Thank you so much. Thank you, love.
Yeah, I love you. Of course, of course.
Blaze Business Intensive is the 6-week business management course for Black women. Enroll today by going to blazebusinessintensive.com.